Winchester Mystery House, one of America's most bizarre and mysterious structures, stands as a chilling testament to grief, guilt, and obsession. Its story begins with Sarah Winchester, the widow of William Wirt Winchester, heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company fortune. After the untimely deaths of her infant daughter in 1866 and her husband in 1881, Sarah was left heartbroken and vulnerable, overcome with sorrow. Legend has it that Sarah visited a spiritual medium in Boston who delivered a grim message. She was cursed, haunted by the spirits of those who had been killed by Winchester rifles. The medium told her that the deaths of her husband and daughter were a result of this curse, and the spirits would never leave her in peace unless she moved west and built a house to appease them. The only way to stay alive, the medium warned, was to continuously construct a home to confuse and house these restless spirits. Sarah took this prophecy to heart, and in 1884, she purchased an unfinished farmhouse in San Jose, California, and embarked on what would become a bizarre and endless building project. For the next 38 years, until her death in 1922, Sarah Winchester devoted her vast fortune to constructing what is now known as the Winchester Mystery House. The house grew into an architectural oddity, an enormous, sprawling mansion filled with strange features, baffling staircases, doors that led nowhere, and windows overlooking other rooms. Construction on the house never stopped. It is said that carpenters worked around the clock, every day of the year. No architect was ever hired, and Sarah herself gave the workers new plans daily, driven by her belief that this ever-expanding maze would keep the spirits at bay. As the house grew larger, so did the legends surrounding it. Some claimed that Sarah was guided by the spirits in her design choices, creating this confusing labyrinth to trap any vengeful ghost that might seek her harm. The mansion eventually expanded to 160 rooms, with 7 stories, 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 47 fireplaces, and countless secret passages. However, it was the peculiar, nonsensical design that captured the public's imagination. Staircases that led to nowhere, doors that opened into walls, skylights in the floors, windows looking into other rooms, and hidden passageways that zigzagged through the house. The chaotic, disorienting layout seemed designed not for the living, but for the dead. Visitors to the house have long reported unsettling encounters. The mansion's strange energy, coupled with its reputation as a ghost trap, draws paranormal investigators and thrill seekers alike. Phantom footsteps echo through the hallways, disembodied whispers linger in the air, and cold spots suggest the presence of restless spirits still wandering the endless corridors. Sarah Winchester herself became a recluse in her later years, rarely leaving the mansion. She was consumed by the fear that if the construction stopped, her life would be in danger. Her servants and the workers reported that she would often hold private seances in her blue room, where she would communicate with spirits, receiving new instructions for the house's design. These spirits supposedly guided her in creating more confusing passageways and dead-end staircases to protect her from those seeking revenge. On September 5th, 1922, Sarah Winchester died peacefully in her sleep at the age of 83. With her passing, construction on the house immediately stopped, leaving behind an architectural puzzle of epic proportions. The house, with its strange twists and turns, became a symbol of her haunted life, a physical manifestation of her fears, grief, and the curse she believed had followed her. Even after her death, the Winchester Mystery House remains a chilling reminder of one woman's desperate attempt to outrun the spirits of the dead. Visitors today still report eerie sensations like the feeling of being watched or followed. Some claim to have seen Sarah Winchester's ghost herself, still wandering the halls, perhaps checking on the house that was both her sanctuary and her prison. The house is now a historical landmark and tourist attraction, but its dark, spooky atmosphere endures. Paranormal investigators frequently visit, convinced that the restless spirits Sarah tried to appease are still trapped within its walls. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the Winchester Mystery House stands as a chilling reminder of the power of guilt, grief, and the supernatural, frozen in time as an architectural enigma and one of the most haunted locations in the world. To this day, it's uncertain whether Sarah Winchester built the house out of a genuine belief in the supernatural, or if her actions were the result of her overwhelming grief and guilt. But what is certain is that the Winchester Mystery House remains a chilling monument to one of the most haunted stories in American history, where the echoes of the past may still roam its endless haunted halls.